or I'm done with my power drive plate. And maybe you run the power drive plate all the way through. There's plenty of guys who do that. But if I want to go ahead then and put on, say, my multi-disc or just a straight 16-inch drive plate, and or maybe I'm moving to my Tampico brush, those are all going to fit onto our machine more like any other standard drive plate and be used in the buffer position. So I'm going to put on my multi-disc, and it will not engage with the spur gear, so I don't have to take that off. The riser height we have on there is plenty, so we're not worried about any height considerations there. Again, I'm going to leave my hose and cable in that same position up over the top, but now my handle position is going to change. So again, because we've got a regular drive plate on there and no longer the power drive plate, I can't leave this handle in this upright position. If I turn it on from here, again, my handle's probably going to come around and hit me in the ribs. So now I want to lower the handle to that hip level, and this is where then it's going to pull to one side or the other, right? If I just let it go naturally, it wants to come to the right. If I push down a little bit on the handle, usually on this side, it's going to come to the left. And we also have to make a decision then about weights. Usually when we get to this point, maybe if I'm going on a cut straight after I've gone with Bona Green, then I may want to leave one weight on, but a lot of the times when we get to the multi-disc stage, my floor is already nice and flat and pretty smooth. I don't need any weights, so most likely I will take them off. And now our footprint also changes. You know, the place that the machine is cutting, because of the natural tendency or the way it rotates, now my cut really is more between like 3 and 5, so it moves up around this side of the machine, but still pretty heavy on this, say, 430 side. So with that, then I can also put, you know, a hip into this if I need to do a little extra grinding. But then my position will also change as I'm moving this machine more like a regular buffer. So a lot of guys will move it up and down the floor. Again, maybe this way, they'll clock it a little bit. So now my cut point is going straight across the grain. And when they're coming back, now I've moved that cut point so it's in line with the grain, and I'm doing my feathering. So know that I've moved from the power drive, kind of non-directional cut, to a rotary drive, which definitely has a directional cut. And I've got to really know where my cut point is now and where to put my scratches in and where to take my scratches out. All right, so that's running the power drive, both with the power drive plate and then with your standard buffer type plates that would be my multi-disc, my Tampico brush, and or just the regular 16-inch Aplix driver plate. So as you can see, the Bona Power Drive is a very easy machine to operate, even with all the different options we've got with it, with the different drive plates, all the abrasive options, running it as the power drive, running it as a regular buffer style machine. As long as you make sure you've got adequate power, understand your abrasive options with steel plates and intermediate pads and how those help each other out, as well as the operating positions, and keep the Bona commandment of feather, feather, feather in mind, because there are ways, again, that we showed. We can make this cut heavier or feather more. And depending on the angle and direction that we're going with the machine, we can make it more aggressive with the weights. We can pull that cut point up around the sides a bit. And keep those things in mind, and you'll be on your way to creating beautifully flat floors every time, every day with your Bona Power Drive.